Hello everyone and welcome to Computron Week Day 2. Today we take a look at Unite Warrior's Lightspeed. Lightspeed is a direct repaint of the Combiner Wars Wheeljack mold, and this time he's done in mostly red. I will say, disclaimer, this red is notoriously hard to capture on camera. If he ends up looking a little bit orange, just believe me, he's not. Hopefully my lighting setup makes it a little bit easier to see, but you know, I can't promise anything. But he's mostly red. You can see all throughout the vehicle mode he's this nice red color. He's accented by some crimson. You see at the front here he's got the chin spoiler down here is all that nice dark crimson. You can see through it to what will eventually be his chest, and you can see some silver and actually a little Autobot logo down in there. It just gives that front end a little bit of extra depth. I really like it. It's got an Autobot symbol right here. I like that the headlights are painted. It wasn't like that on Wheeljack. The windshield is also silver. It wraps around all the way back behind this panel, which I didn't realize until I got this figure and started analyzing it. It's just really cool. It makes it look futuristic. That this paint application actually comes all, I'm going to undo it a little bit. It comes all the way back to the back of this panel, so it just gives it a little bit more depth and a little bit more realism. I like it. The spoiler back here is that dark crimson, and unfortunately there's nothing on the rear end. No paint details whatsoever. His wheels are silver, and he's got the nice black tires, and he rolls really well.
Vehicle mode is admittedly more bland than his counterpart, but the paint is based on the original G1 cartoon, where he was essentially a red blob on wheels.
I've said it before and I stand by it. This mold is the most appropriate choice for this character because it's the most futuristic looking car. It's way more appropriate than the Hasbro one. His weapons are pretty integrated here in vehicle mode. He comes with two of these little brown looking rifles, and they can be plugged into here. They can plug into something here, and then he's got these little square tabs on the side which fit perfectly in those little holes on the side of his vehicle mode. So you can take the guns here and tab them in like so. Go on then. Like that, to give him kind of side-mounted cannons, which is very nice. Looks very cool. And then he also has this crimson hand-foot gun, which the instructions say belongs to him, but you also receive this one in the box, and I know for a fact that this hand-foot gun belongs to this mold. It's just the way it's been. So for now, we'll show you what it looks like. This, like I said, these are the ones the instructions want you to use with him. But if you're going to plug it in, it just plugs in up top, just like that. It's not very impressive. However, if you cheat and don't follow the instructions, you can use this one just like it's intended to be used, and you can tab it in up here on the top, like this. Ooh. And it wraps around and tabs in back here. I just shook some of this loose. Anyway, but yeah, you can mount it the way it's meant to be mounted, and it works perfectly. So there's his weapons in vehicle mode.
Transformation is nothing new if you have Wheeljack or Breakdown. The only thing that stands out for me is that the new head doesn't quite fold away as well as the others, so the bottom panels are always kind of fiddly.
Here in robot mode, some new paint details have been revealed. You can see here he's got some black on his shoulders. His elbows are that nice dark crimson, as well as his hands. In the chest area, you see there's some silver detailing. We saw this in vehicle mode, the silver with the little Autobot symbol. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't fill in the rest of this windshield looking piece with silver to match the vehicle mode windshield itself, but they did add in silver up here, so I guess they knew what they were doing more than I do. So coming down, you can see in the torso he's got some silver here, that dark crimson again. The upper legs are that nice dark crimson, and then moving down to his lower legs, you can see they're mostly red, but you've got some crimson accenting here and some silver accenting here, which mimics the G1 toy having the headlights on his feet. Now focusing on his head, it's mostly red with a silver face and a light blue visor. It's very pointy. The original G1 head was a little bit square, but this is a little bit more pointy, and it's got these nice fins up top. I will say something I do love is the fact that his visor wraps all the way around the side of his face. It kind of reminds me of the sunglasses that Doc Brown wore in Back to the Future 2. In robot mode, his weapons make a comeback by plugging into each of his hands so he can dual wield these laser pistols. But if you want, you can have him hold his hand-foot gun like so. And also, if you want to use this one again, you can get it to sit back here where it is supposed to sit, although it doesn't tab in very solidly. It's very loose, and you're going to be able to wiggle it out super easy. But you can put it back there if you want. And I also suppose you could take advantage of these slots here and give him some upper pointing shoulder missile thingies if you want to. The possibilities are there. His posability is pretty standard. His head is on a ball joint here with a little bit of up and down rock. His shoulders are on that ball joint with a cutout to the side. You get that ball jointed elbow there along with the double hinge joint because of transformation, so you can get that full bicep curl. At the waist you've got that rotation joint, and he does have the slidey hips, but these are notably tighter than previous versions. I don't have near as much trouble out of them as I have before. You get a ball joint at the hip with a cutout to the side, a rotation right above the knee, a knee bend which is a little bit less than 90 degrees, if not 90 degrees. And then you can fiddle with his toe and heel piece to suit whatever poses you need. So, pretty good posability.
Robot mode is where this figure really shines. The paint is perfectly placed, picking out nearly every detail. And the head is both an homage to the G1 incarnation and a modern take on the character. This figure was a big push toward the Unite Warrior set. He absolutely blows the Hasbro one out of the water. He's beautifully painted, full of character, and an integral component of an amazing set.
He isn't the most exciting figure from the set, but he's decent. And the best part is, there's nowhere to go but up from here. So you could call Lightspeed a benchmark for the Technobots, and he's a darn good benchmark. Thanks for watching Computron Week. I'll see you tomorrow.